Hi everyone, welcome to North Dakota Homestead, and today we'll be making our version of chocolate chip cookies. And I want to tell you something about the recipe. I originally got the recipe from Sugar Spun Run, and she does wonderful desserts. I would advise you to take a trip over to her website or YouTube channel or wherever, you know, and take a look at some of her dessert recipes, because she does really very good recipes. But her recipe is called the worst ever chocolate chip cookies. But I did a little something different, tweaked it a little bit to what we wanted, and so here it is. Here's our version. So let's get started with this now. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm making a double batch. Not that we eat all of these, we're going to gift some. So I'm going to end up making a double batch. So I needed 2 cups of butter. And it needs to be soft. And then I'm going to mix this with the sugar. Okay, so that's 2 cups of butter, and then this is 3 cups. Sorry, excuse me, that is not 3 cups. That is 1 cup of white sugar. I got ahead of myself. So let me blend this together just a little bit, and then I'm going to move ahead with the brown sugar. So just want to incorporate this a little bit, get it all mixed up, break that butter up. And it takes just a few minutes. To get it all incorporated. Okay, now we'll add the brown sugar, and this is the 3 cups. I'm going to add about half of it at one time, mix that in, and then I'll add the other. And this is going to make a lot of chocolate chip cookies, but like I said, we won't eat all of these. We're going to carry some to some friends of ours and share, and that way we don't get all the calories, but we get the fun of making them. Here we go. So that was that. So I'll finish mixing this in real quickly. Like I said, we originally got the recipe from Sugar Spun Run. I really love her recipes, and I'm not affiliated. She doesn't pay me to say that, but I really love her recipes. She does a really good job, and just about anybody can make her recipes. You can be a newbie, never cooked before in your life, and she makes it so simple, so easy. Like I was saying, she makes it look so easy that anybody can do it. I mean, you don't have to be gifted in baking to do it. Okay, now we got that mixed in. We need 4 whole eggs. Room temperature works best, so we'll get those in there. We mix them one at a time, so I'm going to mix that one in. And like I said, we mix these in one at a time. So when I get through mixing these in, I'll come back, bring you back, and show you what the finished product is, and we'll move on. Okay, now we finally got all the eggs mixed in. That was 4 eggs. And if you want the recipe, by all means, you can go to Sugar Spun Run. We'll leave a link to that for her recipe. And we'll put our recipe down in the description below. and we'll share that and how we do it. So next step now is we gotta take our flour, and I can't remember how much flour this is. This is gonna be 6.5 cups of flour, and then this was a teaspoon of salt, cornstarch. I believe that was for a double recipe. That was 4 teaspoons of cornstarch. 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Add it all to your flour, and then take a spoon, whisk, or anything, and just kind of blend that together just a little, just to get it all mixed up. I'm not real precise in my cooking technique, so just blend it together. It'll all come out in the end. It'll taste good. Okay, so after you got that blended together, next step would be to I'm going to gradually add, hang on, I got to add my goodies, y'all. I forgot this. This is a couple of, this is 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract goes in here. And the thing we changed from Sugar Spun Run video is this, she calls for maple syrup. I didn't have maple syrup, but I had Mapeline imitation maple flavor, and I had honey. So I put the honey and the Mapeline. I was saying we have honey and maple imitation maple flavoring. It's a 1/2 cup of honey for this recipe, and then I've put in about 1/4 teaspoon, maybe a little over, whatever. I'm not exact in measurements, but and I mix that together, and it tastes so good. So I'm going to add that now. And you don't want to forget this step. If this is really, really, really important. You need to add that maple flavor to your chocolate chip cookies. That makes them really, really good. I was skeptical at first, but it's really good. Okay, let me blend that up right quick, and then we'll add our dry ingredients. Now we're ready to add the dry ingredients to this. And I'm not going to be able to blend this with a mixer, the whole thing, because it's going to get really, really, really thick. So I'm going to mix this up right quick, and when I get done, I'll bring you back and I'll show you what it looks like. All the dry ingredients mixed with the wet ingredients. And like I said, I had to quit with my mixer and do it by hand. And that's got all that blended up. And now we're going to add, the real goodie, the chocolate chips. And this is 2 packages, 2 12-ounce packages of chocolate chips. I'm going to put half of it in, and then I'll mix that up and put the other half in. And I do really urge you to try this recipe and see how you like it. And you can do it with the maple syrup, or you can do it like I did and do it with the honey and the maple flavoring. I think it turned out really well with the maple flavoring and the honey. Or I guess you could do maple flavoring and corn syrup or something like that. You know, any of that would work. I just happen to have honey. So that's what we used. So I'll mix the rest of this up. And then the next thing we do is we're going to have to refrigerate it for, I would probably refrigerate, especially this amount since I doubled the recipe, I'm probably going to have to refrigerate it for an hour. My biggest challenge is keeping little fingers out of it. I have little snitches around the house that want to go get in the refrigerator and eat the cookie dough. And that's not good for you to always eat cookie dough. So we'll refrigerate this for about an hour, and then we'll come back and we'll bake some cookies. And thank you for watching this video. We'll come back and bake some cookies together. I'll show you the outcome. And okay, just come back to put the cookies on the cookie sheet. I tried earlier and it didn't work out. It wasn't cold enough, so I had to let it go for a little longer. Might want to let it for a double batch. Might want to let it set for 3 or 4 hours or whatever, and it gets really nice and chilled. And then I put them on the cookie sheet, a couple inches apart, stacked real high. Don't spread them out or anything because they will spread when they go in the oven. So now I'm gonna cook this, and this is an ungreased cookie sheet. So now I'm gonna go and cook these in a 350 oven for about 10-12 minutes, something like that. We'll see what it comes out like. Okay, we're back, and I just took the cookies up. They ended up cooking for about 11 minutes. So now here's what they look like. I've already let them cool. So I'll sit here and see if I can get them taken up, and they look really, really nice. And these will be treats for our friends here, so we can share. But this is how you do it. This is how I make our chocolate chip cookies, and I just baked them for 11 minutes on 350. And they come out like that, just a little golden brown. And they are delicious. I hope y'all have a chance to try these out. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to like it and subscribe to our channel. And we'll be back and bring you back more goodies. Thanks. Bye.